right.
Hey,
Hey,
hello.
Mary.
Hey, hi, Aaron, and hello who are joining us. Thank you for coming here and join us again this week. I hope you are returning and bringing more friends. So, yeah, awesome. Yeah. So,
So
yeah.
Mary, I didn't know if you noticed or not, but I'm wearing my deep dish Java t-shirt
Oh,
t-shirt on.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Then the JConf people should be happy. The JConf
Right.
Chicago people.
Right.
Yeah,
What's kind
awesome.
of funny is Victoria, my youngest daughter, like
Yeah,
loves tech t-shirts. So whenever I bring a bunch home from a conference,
yeah.
she'll like she's always the first to go and grab a couple of
Oh,
them. Um, the point of the story is I haven't seen this shirt in like 8 months. I
oh,
So
yes.
I think she snagged it from me and was running around with it for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she tends to do that. One time I caught her wearing like my original Cassandra MVP shirt that like has my name on the back, and I was
Oh,
like, "Your name is not Aaron Pletz." I was giving her like an evil look, but yeah. Anyway,
nice. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, yeah. Very cool. Yeah. I like
but
that. You should
yeah.
take her to
Anyway,
some
but
kids event, like kids coding event or something. Yeah,
all right.
yeah, 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 yeah. So
Anyway, I guess I'll start out.
sure.
One thing that I wanted to have a look at today was maybe some of the other like natural language processing approaches, and
Sure.
maybe how to have a look at them in Java. I
Sure.
know I've messed around with a bag of words in the past, and
Yes.
I think I have an article out there on the product
Yes.
recommendations and getting that to work with bag of
Yeah.
words generated vectors in
Yeah.
Cassandra.
That's right.
So today I thought I'd take a look at Word to Vec.
Oh, nice.
Um,
Mm,
but anyway, this isn't the Maven repository, so this is what you need to find in order to pull it into your POM XML.
that's right. Yeah.
But yeah, their website out there actually does have a walkthrough and some tutorials on how to put something together. Um, so that was generally what I followed here. And oh
Mhm.
yeah, this is the I'm pretty sure this is run by the Eclipse project. So it's like
Yeah.
Eclipse deep learning for J. Yeah.
That's right. Yes, yeah. I can quickly share it too. Maybe.
Actually, with the code, you have this structure called a sentence iterator, which basically goes over like several lines of text while you're going ahead
That's right.
and kind of processing and training the model. I
Sure.
actually have it set to a file in my repository here called movietitles.txt,
Yeah.
and it has a little more than 1,000 movie titles.
Mm.
So the idea is, I thought that I would ingest the movie titles and then maybe have like a while loop at the bottom here to iterate through my input, and then maybe play some word association with I'm putting in based on what its vocabulary has been trained on
Hmm.
with the movie titles.
Yeah.
Um, Really, kind of the main configuration here
Yeah.
is in this word to vec object where you can set like a minimum word frequency. Layer size is actually the dimension of the vector. So in this case, I'm using a 1500 dimensional vector, and that's just because I did a check on the file and I have 1500 unique words in there. So I kind of figured that. Seed is if it needs to do any random number generation,
Yeah.
it'll use that. I have a example, so I
Okay.
have a feeling that whoever wrote that was a big fan of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, because 42 is the answer to the ultimate question.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
um, and yeah, and that's pretty much it. So okay, let's try this now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a much better sign.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, so now it. Oh, here we go. Okay. So it is done fitting the model, and so now it has a vocabulary made up of all of those movie titles.
Okay.
Let's see. I know one of the. Let's see. What was one of the titles in there? I think the movie Alien was in there.
Ah,
Let's try that.
okay. I like that movie. The
Oh, me
one
too.
yeah, the
So
Ridley Scott.
Alien comes
Yeah,
back with some words that may or may not be, room minister.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe some of these aren't too great. Uh, yeah, okay, maybe we'll try a different. So I know that Star Wars is in there, but it won't do multiple words. So maybe I'll
Oh,
pick it up and just say star.
yeah, yeah.
But
Okay.
if I say star, well, then it comes back with like redemption, treasure, world, everything, fearless. Some of those are okay.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
Um, so of course we all know that like kind of the
Mhm.
main types of characters in Star Wars are the Jedi. So maybe try Jedi because I know Return of the Jedi is in there.
Ah, that's right. Okay.
And with Jedi, I get let's see here,
Let's
Swan.
see.
Okay,
So yeah,
Steel Wizard. Okay, I
yeah,
mean, yeah,
that's good.
they did refer to Obi-Wan Kenobi as an old wizard. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's
kind of
right.
makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean, it only has 1,000 movies. Maybe if I'd done a lot more, I'd get a much more
yeah.
diverse vocabulary. But
That's
you can kind of see it's playing a little bit with some of the association there. Um,
yeah.
so yeah,
That's cool. That's great. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. I think our next thing we want to talk about is again. I think we briefly mentioned about the Java survey, Java
right, right.
developer survey. So I finally, yeah, worked on more formal survey blog posts and talk about it. So and right now too is going to publication, so it should be coming out later this week. But the idea is that if actually maybe I'll just like real quickly show just the what you call like the graphs, which I kind of like
Hmm.
aggregate
Hmm.
the three graphs together. Let me see it. So over here, as you can see, I
Yeah, I see it.
basically yeah. Okay. So yeah. So this is actually from the draft from the draft. So give you a bit of a hint if you want to stay tuned for the publication again. But right now too, as you can see, there the graphs is using a bar graph, and we posted it on three social media platforms: LinkedIn, X, which is the former Twitter, and also Mastodon. And so the responses were not bad at all. We got like a total of 233 to be exact of
Oh
folks
wow.
actually responding, voting on it.
Hmm.
Although we did get quite a bit of impressions, right? It's kind of, I think it's on LinkedIn, it's called impressions or
Oh right.
views, yeah, on X or Twitter. And so we got like over 5,000 like views and all that, but I'm not sure. Maybe folks are, I'll be interested to see what some of the folks who did not vote think of it too. But
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
ones who contributed are still very good. I mean, out of, like all these, I got 233. So as you can see too, the blue one below, it's basically from LinkedIn, and they're, we add up to like Twitter and LinkedIn are were the ones that with a lot more participation. And as you can see, like 112, so 48% or so responded back saying that Java will catch up. So it's a confidence level is not bad at all, I'd say.
Oh
It's
yeah, yeah.
still, yeah, it's still a little bit, okay. Actually, let me go back to the original question. I forgot the question asked was that Gen AI's pretty much started off, Python. It's all
Right,
kind of, we
right.
put it that way. Python is like go-to language for generative AI, Chat
Yep,
GPT.
yep.
Yeah.
Data
So
science. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, all the data science we all aware of. So all of a sudden, this Chat GPT kind of took off by storm, took the industry by surprise, so to speak. Even some of the traditional folks that are doing machine learning, AI in the Java camp too, when Java space, and they were saying that, well, we never saw it coming, the Chat GPT. So as we can tell, it is getting, kind of a lot of importance in there. So
Hmm.
anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that then we look into it, and essentially too, I think having like 48% of Java folks, presumably, here 233 Java developers saying that it will catch up. So I
Oh yeah,
think that's good, yeah. And also too, if you kind of look into it, right, Java is the go-to language for enterprise back in
absolutely. Yep.
production systems. Yeah, we all
Yeah.
cannot deny. They are kind of in all the big corporations. especially in America too, that are all humming, the Java things
All
in the
right.
backend server and all the cloud servers now. And
Mm,
even now, right, I think it's cloud servers are also running a lot of Java. So it is important. It's not going to go away. There were
right.
people that says, Java is dead. No, it won't be dying. No, I mean, just think of the fact, right? There were people saying that COBOL is dead, but actually the world is still running COBOL, right? So
There are
once
people out there who know COBOL that can still make a lot of money doing it. I mean, that is
That
undeniable.
is very true. So for Java is for years to come, or
Hmm.
kind of
Hmm.
millennium, another millennium too. I wouldn't be surprised. And because all these complex logic is already written up there doing its job, and they're complex.
Hmm.
If you want to rewrite them, it's going to take years. So anyway, so
Right.
as you can see, having 50% feeling confident, I think it's good. And then
Mhm.
the thing is, if you look into the next column, this one, which is like 49 people out of like 233, so roughly a fifth, 20%, things, not quite sure, is a bit of a, kind of exhibiting trepidation, if I might
Sure.
say so,
Sure.
right? So kind of like just unsure, not clear. And then even like there are 42 out of 233. So roughly 16, 17, 18% says I'll switch to Python. There are people thinking, okay, maybe time to switch. And, AI is gaining momentum. So, and then also too, you see a few remaining ones that says we'll start to research into this. So that's a good
Hmm.
sign.
Hmm.
There clearly interest. I think to me is a very promising too, in which people are willing to say, well, I'm going to start researching into it. And also, I think they're, speaking from experiences too. I've spoken to other fellow developers, Java folks, or in the community. I
Yeah.
mean, everybody I've spoken to, they said, "Oh, you're working on, AI, Gen AI. Oh, I want to know more. Maybe I can come to your talk. That's
Oh
kind of
yeah.
nice. Yeah, so that is very good too. So
Yeah.
I
There's a
think
lot of interest for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
clearly, yeah, for sure. And I think too is that if you kind of look around, I think there are already ports of some PyTorch library and some of the Python libraries already been ported to Java as well,
Hmm.
a lot
Hmm.
more. So and also I think basically the Java community is very strong. I mean, community wise, you
Yes.
see Apache projects are also mostly powered by Java. So it
Hmm.
really won't be going away. And it's really robust too. And now with Java 21 coming up very soon and in September, on September 19th, I think, it comes with a lot of real good features too. And we talk about a bit too about the
Oh yeah.
vector
Oh yeah.
API, right? Also, Aaron demonstrated some things in an earlier episode. And yeah, and also too, I myself always interested in concurrency. So now with also virtual threads, and I wonder, right, with virtual threads, and now it's going to be actually more built in, as I found out. It built in means like native to the JDK itself
Hmm.
too, the
Hmm.
runtime itself too. So that's going to be interesting. I think it will bring up virtual threads are essentially lighter threads, and
Right.
it's
Right.
not in the kernel side. So it will be you basically can bring up a huge amount of threads. And used to be you're limited by the OS, the kernel, for how many threads you can have. But now with virtual
Right.
threads, that means it's limitless almost. So that will be an interesting thing, although it's kind of much lighter weight. So yeah, so that will be one thing. And then scalability, those things are always been well known in being robust in Java. So yeah, so that's kind of like the finding. But again, I discussed a few more things too, some kind of things as to how developers can continue learning. And also at our company, DataStax, we have help here. We're ready to help anyone who's wanting to, who would like to get into the vector search, the vector DB. And with the Java space, we're there to help everybody, and we take the same journey as everybody as well. So yeah, yeah,
Well, excellent. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
and
Thank you.
that's really interesting. And I kind of figured too that a lot of the folks would be like, oh, yeah, I bet you Java will catch up, and we are starting to see that for sure, for sure.
That's right. Yeah.
The one that made me laugh the most was, oh, I guess I'll switch to Python.
Yes, I know. Yeah. So funny.
Sorry, but I like my languages
Yeah.
strongly typed. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cool. I like it. Thank you, Aaron. All right. Let me kind of bring this. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's very cool. Yeah. So, and then while we are here too, I just thought I'd quickly bring this up. There's a project. It's called well, where is it? Let me kind of also Now, last week, that's right. We had Jake who came here with talk about JLlama, his
Hmm.
project, and that's kind of a Java implementations of the Llama 2 library, which is the kind of interface into the LLM and all these things and the Llama essentially. So there's actually another Java library too that we found out is quite interesting too, and there have been folks that are talking about. Let me kind of get into over here. It's called llama2.java. So maybe I'll also
Okay.
quickly share this and let me see. Oops, maybe like a little smaller. Oops, okay, slightly smaller. But this one, it's basically it's Llama, also built in Llama 2, and it's a direct port to Java. And it's interesting too. If you read it, it's actually very small. I thought it might be bigger, but it's actually
Hmm.
just
Hmm.
one source file with the Llama 2 Java. But like I said, over here too, it explains the developer Alfonso, and he actually works for Oracle Lab. I found out, and so he worked on this. He's working still on porting it. Right, he's ported it this version,
Okay.
but it's a direct port of Llama 2.c from the C program, and
Hmm.
actually he used Llama 2 Scala. As a reference to he mentioned about it. So and he's actually what's also exciting in his comment is that he's going to try to tune it um, on the compiler optimizing on the JVM. He's going to work with try to do it with Growl compiler too. So
Okay.
so
Okay.
yeah, for folks who are familiar, Growl compiler is meant to be like very efficient too, and can work with many different languages. So that
Hmm.
would be something interesting to kind of look at, and maybe if become successful, can also maybe like be the choice to for compiling this may making things a lot of the translation the transformation a lot faster. So I'll be interested to find out, but essentially too we can also try out, but haven't got time now to kind of work through, but we can maybe next time sometime too we can kind of do it. And it does require Java 20 right now, and
Java
so
20. Gotcha.
yeah, 20,
Gotcha.
yeah, to do it. And
Okay.
so all of these, and he has some the different what you call performance metrics in here for single threaded and multi-threaded kind of tokens per second, all of these, and he has some small like performance numbers with it too. So that I think that should be interesting. So I just thought I bring this up, and will be also interesting just to see how the JLlama that Jake is working on, how it would compare with this Llama 2 Java as well. I think
Right.
so.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, cool.
Well,
Yeah. So
excellent.
yeah. Here, I mean, if folks wants to, you can go to llama2.java and search for it on GitHub to be able to find this too. So yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Let me unshare. Okay. Back.
All
Awesome.
right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think that's all the time we have for today. So
Yeah.
Mary, yeah, thanks for
You're
coming
welcome.
back with
Yeah.
the results of the survey. That's always pretty cool to see, and
Thank you.
Llama 2 definitely worth
Yeah.
checking out there for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, and thanks to Aaron for showing the word to vector changes, and you showed that was really interesting. Yeah, and I like the different movies you were searching for. That's kind of fun. I like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
I wish
Yeah,
some of the associations would have worked better, but that's
well,
okay.
that
More
works too.
data, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yes, and so yeah, and before we go, and wanting to remind everybody that tomorrow is the big day
Tomorrow.
here. Yes, with Data Stacks, I love AI. So for information, please the QR code here. Just wanting to remind folks that if you are in the Americas, North or South Americas, our time zone, you can join the sessions tomorrow. I think it starts at 12 p.m. like Central. That's Central
Hmm.
time, 12 p.m. And then if you are in APAC, Asia, Pacific, or EMEA, like Europe, Middle East, that will be on your time zone 24th. And that will be, I think I remember it's like 10:30, no, something like that. But yeah, click on that and you'll find out. It'll be on the 24th, like in the morning kind of
Right.
time. I think 10 o'clock. Actually, 10 o'clock, I should say, is Central European time. So like
Hmm.
in Germany or France, and that's 10 o'clock. So yeah,
Yeah.
and I think India too. I search is like 1:30 in the afternoon. If you're in India, it's 1:30. I know maybe we have a lot of audience members from India as well.
Oh, I'm
So
sure we do.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, thank you. Thank you, everybody, and
Yeah.
thanks, Aaron. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Thank you, Mary. And hey, we'll see you all next time. Thank you.
Yes, that's right. See you next time. Yeah. Bye.